18 habits that make women secretly dislike you without you realizing. And these are not big mistakes that are so fucking obvious that all girls and we all know when you fuck up, you know. These are not like that. These are small mistakes that make them step by step, little by little, over the long term, just lose attraction and respect towards you. And we are going to cover them in this video. It took me some time to write the 18 ones. We have them here and we are going to cover them. Now, who I am to talk about girls, who I am to talk about dating. In the last 2 years, I have gone on 384 dates with 193 different girls. Of course, I have proof for all of this. I have thousands of recordings of the physical escalation, of the approaches with girls, of my dates with girls. I have hundreds of photos, hundreds of videos. You can see some of them here behind my big, huge head. I have daily YouTube blogs on YouTube documenting my journey. Everything is there. First one of them, inconsistent words, actions. If you say you're going to do something and then don't do it, even if it's as minimal as I'm going to work out today and then you don't do it, or I'm going to bring my flip-flops to my friend today and you don't do it, these things stack, right? Because if you cannot keep your own word, like what type of men are you, right? Second one, weak personal boundaries, okay? That's something that is very common between businessmen, like successful business people. Usually they have very strong boundaries. And for men as well, in general, with women, especially with the things that you tolerate and you don't tolerate, right? Now, to be honest, when I had 0 girls and I was a virgin, my boundaries were 0. Because why would I fake it? Like I didn't have any boundaries. I just wanted to get anything that I could, right? But as you get more experience, there are some things that you're able to tolerate, or that not able, but things that you want to tolerate and things that you don't want to tolerate, right? So that gets, translated into boundaries when you are dating this girl, okay? So don't have weak boundaries. Then lack of ambition. By the way, I'm not going to keep doing this because I don't have 18 fingers. So yeah, number 3, lack of ambition or direction, okay? Women, as you probably know, are attracted to men with clear direction and clear purpose, that puts their purpose in front or a higher priority than the girl, okay? Also, number 4, making excuses for your current situation. Always, gentlemen, always take full responsibility and accountability for your action, okay? If you're just making excuses, yeah, I'm tired today and I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to work out today, I'm tired. Like the girls, they probably are not making it so obvious, they're not making this face to you. If you are dating girls from Eastern Europe, by the way, they're usually more obvious in these facial expressions. Like you can tell, even with these small habits, these small mistakes, you can tell when you fucked up. It's if you are perspicacious enough, like you can notice these things. But with other girls, they just like you don't notice these things, right? And you make us, yeah, I'm not going to go to the gym today, I'm tired, and the girl is not reacting, but in her mind, it's like, what the fuck, this guy, right? Just not, some of the time, by the way, these things they don't think conscious, it's just subconscious, right? But yeah, don't make excuses for your current situation. Just take full responsibility and accountability. I'm going to do quicker because otherwise this video is going to take too long. So number 5, being glued to your phone. If you are every day with your phone scrolling on TikTok or on Instagram Reels or just watching a lot of videos, here a small note is educational videos. If then you're taking action, in this case of dating or in other cases, with business, other things, or with podcasts and you're taking notes, that's different, right? But if you're just glued to your phone without direction, you're just like letting the algorithm control what you see and you're just scrolling, that's not attractive, okay? Every day if you're glued to your phone in front of other people as well, like what's that telling about you, right? Fear of looking awkward or failing. This is pretty popular, pretty common, especially with the guys that I work one-on-one with when they are, approaching their first girls. It's common as fuck. Like most guys, including myself a few years ago, I was scared of looking, if I approach this girl in the middle of the street, there is so many people around, right? If I try to stop her and I tell her she's cute and then she just walks past me and everyone is going to stare at me, right? And you're going to feel like cringe or awkward or all of these things. Whatever. Nonchalance. Be chill out, okay? That's the best thing for attraction for girls. Just if they see like you don't overly react to these things, this is an insane plus. Okay, now some of these things that I'm saying, obviously it's easier to say than to do, because confidence comes from competence. And competence comes from experience. So basically this that I'm saying of being chill out, being relaxed when you're approaching a girl in the street and she doesn't stop and you feel like everyone is looking at you, the reason why I'm able to sit here in front of this camera and tell you that I feel pretty relaxed when that happens to me is because that has happened in the past while I was scared as fuck, and then I look at the people and I notice no one is looking. People don't care about it. In fact, when I get rejected by some girls, I just look at the other people in the aisle, what? Like no one cares, right? So if they don't care, again, this comes from experience, right? From my experience, I'm seeing people don't care, therefore I'm competent in those experience, and therefore my confidence comes from it. So basically it means for you to be confident in awkward situations, or when they reject you or whatever, are failing, you need to fail first and notice and be aware that doesn't change anything and it's everything good. And then you are confident in these situations, right? So that's pretty much the shortcut. That's the way to do it, okay? Then, being rude to service workers, okay? This falls down, not down, but it falls more into the category of more traditional, typical advice, but this is actually true, like, not just for girls. If I see a friend just being rude to service workers, it's like, man, what are you doing, right? So don't do that. Talking too much about the past. Number 8, okay? Guys that are synced, is that the word? Or are like lost in the past. I remember when we were doing this in this trip to Thailand. Yeah, I remember when I was doing this, I was doing that every time, right? It was so nice here. You are in the present. You are worried about the future because you have to make things happen. You have to provide for your family, right? You're just not every time thinking about the past. Needing constant validation. That's number 9. Okay, this is self-explanatory. If you are every time just checking how many likes did I get, that's not good. How do I look, girlfriend? Like, girl, do I look nice? Is it like this? Is it pleasant? Not good, okay? 10, fear of rejection controlling behavior. Okay, this one, I think I misspelled. Yeah, so this one we're going to skip because I misspelled it. That's why, these videos are wrong, so whatever. 11, lack of, by the way, then I'm not going to change the title. It's still 18 habits. I'm not going to say 17, okay? 11, lack of clarity in intentions. We talked about this before as well. If you don't have clarity in what you want to do in your life, especially when you are approaching girls, for example, right? And I've spoken with people about doing cold approach, about trying to get girls, people that come to me. And some of them, they say, man, like, what if I approach indirect? So basically, I don't tell her that I like her. Is that okay with it? Like, is it good? Generally speaking, can you get results with that? Yes, but generally speaking, I prefer to be clear with my intent. Because in the beginning, it's okay to do it in the beginning, by the way. When I was approaching girls in my early days, I was so scared of just telling a girl like how cute she was, right? In the street or in the shopping mall. So what I was doing is I went to the shopping malls and I was asking girls for recommendations, right? I told the girl, sorry, I have like a cousin, and this cousin, she's blonde like you, or brunette. If the girl was brunette, I was making it up, the hair of my cousin, whatever. And I would like you to recommend me what jewelry should I gift to my cousin, because you have the same hair as her. I was pretty much saying that, right? And I was talking about the jewelry, blah, blah. It was bullshit, right? And then I tried to go from that indirect to direct and telling the girl, actually, I like you. Give me your Instagram. Obviously, I wasn't saying like that, but the thing is, it doesn't seem like confident, right? Because it's the same as other people. They ask for directions. Do you know where this is? Man, you have a fucking phone. Of course you know. And then you try to turn it around. By the way, what's your Instagram? It just doesn't feel honest, right? It feels like, so yeah, generally speaking, go direct. State your intentions clear, be ready for rejection, and it's okay, okay? Good. 12, overthinking timing instead of acting. The same, act, take action, change your life. That's how I'm here in the position that I am now today, gentlemen, okay? With my business, my marketing business, with approaching girls, with all of these dates that I had, everything started because I was willing to take fast action, imperfect action, okay? Good. 13, excessive grooming or mirror obsession, okay? Like just everything, like that's why the looks maxing thing, even though we talked about in very detail in the program, but the community and all of these things, but it's very dangerous because if you're obsessed over it, like, how do I look here? How do I look? It is too much, right? And girls are not attracted to that. That's like feminine, right? Other thing, poor impulse control. If you have poor impulse control, and now, I know where your brain is going. You're probably thinking of like a fight, right? And you've heard how girls are attracted to bad boys that are able to defend them, right? And that's true, that's correct. But there are a few things we need to understand here, gentlemen. Impulse control does not just relate to fights. Like in the everyday life, it's not just fights, right? So you usually have impulses of watching porn or scrolling on your phone or shouting, right? And if you are succumbing, is that a word in English? In Spanish it's sucumbir, but in English I'm not sure. If you're just falling into that temptation quickly, impulsive, or buying things impulsive, I don't know how to talk today, but doesn't matter. That's not attractive for girls, okay? Other thing, if you make her feel replaceable. Okay, now this is a tricky one, because if you are into game, if you are into dating advice, you've probably heard that girls are attracted to guys that have other options. Therefore, they could be replaceable, right? Because if you have, as a guy, if you have more options, the girl has a little bit of fear of losing you, and that fear is not bad, because that's what's keeping her chasing you, right? But in this particular scenario, I'm talking about the personality side of things, because she could know that you can have other girls, right? That you can attract hot girls, and that's, by the way, something that she should be aware of. But she should believe there is something about her that is captivating for it. Otherwise, she's just going to think, this guy is with me just because of my looks. And with some traditional girls, this is not going to cut it. So she should believe that she's replaceable, but you should make her, how to put this? You should let her know that she's not, in an implicit way, not extremely stating it, like, by the way, baby, you are my only one. Don't say that. But if she feels replaceable, that's not good for the long term, for the feminine women that we want to keep. So it's like a fine line. So I am trying to explain it in detail. 16, being overly cheap and transactional. In terms of mindset, if you're just not wasting, or not wasting, but just, I can afford that. This is €3 extra, $3 extra. That's definitely a turn off, okay? If you disrespect women as a group, the same, okay? Men, don't be hateful of women. I'm seeing on the dating space on YouTube and these places, a lot of videos, a lot of them are just guys reacting to how girls are so bad or how women are so, hateful, and just like clearly hating on them, right? How can you get girls if you hate, right? So don't disrespect the women. Women are beautiful in many ways, and I know this because I've gone through it, right? I've gone through thinking like these YouTube people are thinking, and this is like the black pill communities, right? And then 18 is pretending to be someone you are not, okay? This is okay for the beginning. Fake it until you make it. That works. When I was having 0 dates, right? When I was a virgin and I started getting my first dates, obviously I was not telling the girls I'm a virgin, right? I was pretending that I had more experience, but these girls can see through these things, so it's okay for some time, but then you want to have actually true experience. Anyways, gentlemen, you can, if you want to learn more about these things for free completely, first link in the description, it's free. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a free training or a free guide or something, or my full system breakdown, but it's going to be first link in the description so you can get the girls you want. Hope you found this video useful. You're also going to see here or here maybe another video of my channel. If you want this, please comment, like and subscribe, because it tells me that you want me to make these videos. So yeah, take care, gentlemen. See you in the next one.